Okay, everybody, here's my first pickup video. I'm going to break it down by systems. This is for August, September, and early October. Just about a week ago on eBay, I got a complete Xbox. I know they're not particularly valuable, but I do love the Xbox. I don't have a completed one. I have one hooked up currently. It looks great because it's running through my home theater, which upscales. And I know there's going to be some assholes who say upscaling sucks, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. It looks great. It runs great. Shut the fuck up. This Xbox was a Goodwill find, 20 bucks, complete cords, everything, even the Duke controllers, 2 Microsoft memory cards. So yeah, I'm not gonna complain about that. Got Hunter, Star Wars, Gauntlet, Dark Legacy, Dungeons and Dragons Heroes, and there were 6 other games in that lot which I already traded in. I didn't want, but Gauntlet, Dark Legacy, Dungeons and Dragons Heroes, Star Wars Starfighter, and Hunter the Reckoning. I love those games. Starfighter I had back in the day when it was on the PS2. I never played the Xbox version, so I'm pretty excited to actually try it out. Those were all in a lot as well. That was 10 games, and I got it for 99 cents. Shipping was $12. The one thing I will say, the guy, I don't know if the guy was crabby that his auction didn't go higher, but he shipped me 10 games just in a box. Got it from Postal Service. It said arrived damaged, arrived unsealed, so I was nervous about that because there were actually games in there I wanted. But he lucked out. I did leave him neutral feedback on eBay because that's bullshit. You know, I get it. Your auction didn't go as high as you wanted, but that's not my problem. So, at a thrift store just down the street from me, I picked up Burnout 3 Takedown and Scarface. They were both half off, so $2.50 and $2.50. It was $5 for these two total. The stack of sports games: NHL 07, NCAA 06, the World Series of Poker, NHL Hits, MVP Baseball, NBA Inside Drive, Madden 06, Sonic Mega Collection Plus, and Midway Arcade Treasures were all in that boxed Xbox lot. Now, I'm only keeping Midway Arcade Treasures 2 and Sonic Mega Collection Plus. As you can see with this lot of sports games, it's just garbage, as most used sports games are. At this point, I don't even know if I'm going to try to go to the effort of selling them or trading them in. I might just throw the discs and artwork into something that I can archive it with and keep the cases. I have no desire, obviously, to play a 9-year-old football game. I'm not an NBA fan. I could care less about baseball. This one, NHL Hits, I love hockey, so I will admit I might give this a whirl just because it's just arcadey, stupid, over the top. I might give this a play or two just because it doesn't really matter who the players are in a style game like this. As you can see, your goaltender can ignite on fire, and you know, it's the NHL version of NFL Blitz, and it's over the top, and it's made by Midway. I miss Midway. R.I.P., man. Those guys made some of my favorite games. World Series of Poker, could care less. Absolutely care less. And NHL 07, if I remember correctly, this was one of the... I didn't have it. I had a 360 already, so I had a 360 and a PS3. I had literally no desire to play this. If I remember correctly, this was not one of the better NHL games like we've got this year, but that's a different story. So then, like I said, I got this Gauntlet, Dark Legacy, Dungeons and Dragons Heroes, Star Wars Starfighter Special Edition, and Hunter the Reckoning in that 10-game lot. There was the stuff I traded in was not particularly amazing, so that's gone already. And then this was this past Wednesday, Peter Jackson's King Kong. I don't have it. I'm going to play it just to see what it's like. I know that the Xbox 360 version is one of the games that you can farm for achievements, and it's pretty easy. That was $3 at Salvation Army. Gun was $3, and Oddworld Stranger's Wrath was $3. I love this game. I should have never gotten rid of it in the first place. It's an amazing game. I have the HD remake, which I believe is on the PS3. It's just not the same for me. I want the physical copy, and this is a great game. I know it's not particularly valuable, but all these games were in great shape. Whoever donated them, I thank you, because they came in mint condition. So that's what we got for Xbox games for the past month and a half or so. I'll just go over and do a quick recap. Red Ninja, End of Honor, great game. Championship Bowling, I know not particularly a great game, but I love bowling games. You'll see that in a different pickup video. NHL 07, World Series of Poker, NHL Hits 2003, MVP Baseball 2005, NBA Inside Drive 2004, Madden 06, NCAA Football 06, Hunter the Reckoning, Star Wars Starfighter Special Edition, Gauntlet Dark Legacy. That was probably the big pickup. I got that in that lot of 10 games, and it came to $14 for shipping. Dungeons & Dragons Heroes. Full disclosure, I have a copy of Dungeons & Dragons Heroes and a copy of Gauntlet Dark Legacy, but these things are in superb shape. Despite the fact that he shipped them to me with nothing in them, no packing material, and the box wasn't sealed, the game still miraculously arrived in undamaged condition. Then Midway Arcade Treasures 2, Sonic Mega Collection Plus, Burnout 3 Takedown, Scarface The World Is Yours, actually a really good game. Then Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, Gun, Peter Jackson's King Kong. Those are all the thrift store eBay finds for the last month and a half, 2 months. This was one I picked up on eBay. My Xbox, being that excuse me, being that it's modded, is able to play the European or PAL games. Now, I don't know why. TDK had a games division. I don't know if they still do. But they also had Knights of the Temple 1 and 2, and they were all these games were slated for release in the United States, and for whatever reason, if I can get it to focus here, you can see, it's the PAL version. For whatever reason, TDK did not release these games in the United States. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Every time I've tried to track this game down in the United States, everybody's wanted $40, $50, $60 for it, and great. If you can get that, terrific. I just finally said I wanted this. Found a gentleman in London who was selling it on eBay UK, and he wanted $6 for it, or $5, £5. It came out to about $9 for the game itself. Shipping was what it actually cost a lot. It ended up coming to $24.90 after shipping, so almost $16 shipping, and $9 for the game. But I really wanted this. Not particularly a rare game, but you know, it's rare in the United States. Not particularly rare in Europe. I don't know how well it's sold, but any given time, there's anywhere between a half dozen to a dozen auctions for this on the European, on eBay UK. So, like I said, not particularly rare, but I'm really glad I got it. It's a really brutal combat game, lots of weapons. Far better than the Conan that came out on the Xbox 360, I will say that. Yeah, the manual's in mint. I haven't even actually opened the manual since I got it. I just flipped through to make sure it wasn't torn up. But it's multilingual, so I believe it's the manual might be in English, German, French, Italian, and I gotta be honest, I don't know that flag. But yeah, I'm glad to get Conan. It was a pretty good month with the Xbox stuff. I know that the Xbox isn't particularly valuable to collect for, but I collect for it. I very rarely resell. Gauntlet Dark Legacy and Dungeons & Dragons Heroes will probably be resold, and Dungeons & Dragons Heroes goes for anywhere between $10 to $15, and Gauntlet Dark Legacy just depends on when it goes online, I guess. I've seen it go as high as $35 for the Xbox, And I've seen it go as low as 20, but if I get even $35 out of these two games, I'll have paid for 2/3 of what I've got here. So, yeah, this is my first pickup video, all Xbox stuff. Thanks for watching. If you like it, thumbs up it. If you don't, I don't care. Thank you.